Hello, Forecaster here again, and we are back for episode 146. And as you can see, I'm down here in the bunker. The reactor is running. It's about 3 hours and 20 minutes left of the old couple of dual fuel cells we have. And in here, I've made a couple of adjustments to this gate. I added a redstone level 14 here to power the green pipe signal, and I added I set this to redstone signal off and redstone signal level 1 to power this wire here. To ensure that this is toggled properly when the power level changes, because optimally I would like it to turn this off when it reaches 14, but sometimes maybe if it receives enough power it will skip 14 quickly enough so that it doesn't trigger, so I need one at 15 here. So I'm having both. And pretty much the same thing here. I would like to turn everything off or on already at 1 before it empties completely if possible. And then I also have one at when there is no redstone signal from the converter at all, which means it's empty. Because it seemed that, because when I came down here just now, this was completely empty and this wasn't running, because it apparently had skipped redstone level 1 or not been there long enough to turn this system back on. So this should help with that. This part is working though. As you can see, the input tank emptied and this turned on. So the fluid level control is working. So yeah, we're going to go upstairs and continue working with the engines. As you can see, I have some enhanced circuit boards, and these have the tubes already in them because you've already seen me do that once. This is not where I meant to go. That's better. Also going to need to drink some water. But yeah, so we are going to place the new engines, and we are going to put in the circuit boards for the upgrade. So as you can see, I've dug out a bit here, actually knocked down this wall into the goods receiving terminal, and we're just going to place one engine there like so, and then obviously one on top like so, and then do the same here, and it will connect to the cable I've already placed, which is great. And then we're going to set this up so when there is power requested, we are to redstone signal, and same thing here. Now obviously the rock crusher apparently is done processing all of our stuff, so there's no power being requested at the moment. It seems we are why is the sorting machine full? That might be why everything has... Ah, yes. So the sorting machine is full of... And we have a backlog there as well. So the sorting machine is full of crushed ore from the rock crusher, and the ore washing plant is full, and the output has filled up, which means that it can't process anything, but it can't output any of its products because the sorting machine is full. So we have kind of a deadlock here, uh, which we can probably fix by removing a couple of stacks of stuff. So now everything should get rolling again, hopefully. I am not entirely sure if there's a way to prevent this. Really. No idea. I can't think of a way. Pretty sure it just happened again. Because we have so much stuff to process, the deadlock is going to keep happening, I'm afraid. Which is somewhat unfortunate. Maybe if I have this output down into this hopper instead, that might bypass the deadlock because it doesn't output directly into the sorting machine. So that means that these things will be able to cycle into the ore washing plant as it empties. That should work. Right, before I forget, because I got distracted there, we're going to put these in and increase the output of these significantly. It's going to be plus 200%, like so. And then I would also like to move these engines I think that the circuit boards should remain in the engines when you break them. At least I remember requesting that be added, because it makes sense. Because I remember breaking an engine with a circuit board inside of it, and I lost the circuit board. I got the engine without the circuit board because it didn't store the circuit when broken. So I requested that it be made so that when you break the engine it remembers the circuit, because I thought it made sense, because the only way to remove the circuit was with a soldering iron. But I'm not entirely sure that has been added yet. I could test it, but I think I'd rather go up and get a soldering iron and remove the circuits first, just to be on the safe side. So we are going to go in here, take the soldering iron, and we're just going to pop the circuits out. And then we can break the engines. And we can get rid of these cables here as well. Then I can break this, because I need the gate anyway. It has an autarkic pulsar on it. It's also a quartz gate, which is actually kind of a waste. I'm going to go over here and see if I have a regular gate. I have an iron gate, which is not much better. Maybe I have a normal gate in here with no upgrades on it. Probably do, yes. So we'll take one of these instead, because it's all we require for this purpose. So over here, we're going to put this here. Set it to output a redstone signal when power requested. And then engine there and there. Little power. And then we'll put the circuit boards back in there. And there we go. So now that's done. We have our improved engine array. Seems something is using small bursts of power. I don't really need this anymore. It's out of fuel anyway. So we can grab that. Going to take a piece of stone bricks and fill in this hole. Grab this lever, which doesn't need to be here. We're going to go put this engine up in the machine crate up here. Or I would if it wasn't full of stuff, I guess. We can take these out of there and put them in here in what's essentially the Railcraft work table, production table. The ash we can throw in a drawer for now. Don't know if I have any more ash in here. It doesn't look like it. Except dark ash from the nether. And some ashes from industrial craft. Wait. What does this come from? I don't remember where those come from. But whatever, I guess. So now we don't have any ores to process, but I can throw some cobblestone in there. And we should see yeah, so the new engine array can keep up with a rock crusher, which is nice. Suppose we can test if it can keep up with two of them. So take 8 there and 8 there. And now these both should run, and they will drain really quickly. So it can't really keep up initially, but the engines should... Oh. It seems they aren't receiving enough power. Are we out here? No. I'm going to need my e-reader, and we're going to diagnose this problem. So we have a single input here. Let's see how much power. Getting an average of 45-ish. Oh dear. So, how much? I would like to see how much this is actually using. It's not outputting anything, obviously. What? That's incorrect. Right. So if the input is increased by 15 energy units per tick, these are clearly not getting as much power as they need, which is evident by the flickering energy meters, of course. So we have 6 of these, and if we assume that the default or the base input is 5, and then we increase that by 15, does that make sense? 40 RF per tick for 15 EU per tick. Let's see, 40 by 50. It's 2.6. So that should be 2.6 energy units per RF, I think. Pretty sure. So that times 20, which is the default. No, that doesn't make sense. I should not try to do math on camera. It doesn't go well. Now I'm pretty sure I'm getting something wrong there. We could try putting in a higher throughput cable, although the copper cable is capable of transferring 128 per tick, which is the maximum output of our energy net. I suppose we can test to see if we are actually outputting the max. Although the throughput of this cable wasn't 128, it was 50 something. What I guess that implies is that the lights on the way are siphoning off too much power. Maybe it needs its own dedicated... Maybe the engines needs their own dedicated line. What happens to the power output if I turn on one of the rock crushers? Let's look at the average here. Goes up. What does the output of this show? It's getting 128 in, and it's outputting 128. Right. Okay. So what we're seeing is that we're maxing out our power output here. So maybe the solution would be to upgrade the CSUs with or 2 MFSUs. Because the MFE, I mean, MFEs. So, because the MFE can output 1 or 512 EU per tick, which would mean that we might be able to supply more power to our engines. I might also, what I could do is I could make another MFE and put it here, and probably get rid of one of these to increase our output to the base. And then I could take these 2 CSUs and put them over here as a buffer for the engines. So the engines will have their own dedicated buffer here. So when they are running, they will be drawing the power from the CSUs first, and then those will be charged by the MFEs. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I have enough diamonds to make... No, I only have 4. Or 3, I mean. And making an MFE takes 16 of them, because you need 4 of them per energy crystal, and an MFE takes 4 energy crystals. So I can't make one of those right now. So we're going to have to hold off on that until I find some more diamonds, which I will most likely do once I move the advanced miner to a new spot. I might even find some in the current spot because it's still digging things up. What we're going to do now is make a new statue. And you can probably guess of what. So, don't know how tall it needs to be. I would guess 3 blocks. We're going to put it right here. And then I think... Oh, right. Dang it. Fine, let's go back inside and get a hammer. There. Wait, what? Where'd it go? Okay. That was weird. Right. Now let's try this again. So, I think it's like this. And then we put you in. Is it going to be holding a grass block? Something like that. Doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot, this thing, but whatever. Let's do that. Ah, that is pretty cool. I was not expecting it to be holding a grass block. I wonder if that's because it was holding a grass block when I killed it. Right, so now we have an Enderman statue. We have a skeleton statue. We have a creeper statue. And I'm starving. And we also have a cow statue over there. What we don't have, I realize, is a zombie statue. And I do have... Ooh, fish sticks. I found this. I got this from a sea garden. Cooked crab. As well as that crab. Raw cod. Oh, okay. Right. Ooh, fries. Let's make fries. Those are pretty nourishing. I would like something else. I don't really want to use that, but... Oh, well. Right, so we don't have a zombie statue. But we should have zombie Vita. We also do not have a spider statue. Or a bat statue. So I suppose it is about time that we make some of those. So for the spider, I think I'm going to use black wool. So we're going to need some of these. And I'm of course going to need 4 of them. Because that is the size of a spider. Is that 3? Yes. Dang it. Hate when you get uneven numbers. Need a little bit more. That should do it. Like so. And then we're going to need some black dye, of course. 4 of them to be specific. I'm going to want to keep these planted though, of course, because they are handy. Come here. Right, that'll do. Whatever. That's fine. So we get 4 ink sacs, and then we can dye these wool blocks. And... do I want to put it on the water tower up here? I might. Huh. That's weird. I wonder why it does that. Switching between the fancy and the simple or fast graphics. Or do I want it down on the ground somewhere? The problem is that there isn't really space for it. I guess I could put it here-ish. Probably here will do. We'll put it right here. Yeah. That'll do. Aw, dang it. Don't tell me I didn't get that piece because my inventory was full. That would seem to be the case. That's annoying. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to spawn in another piece to fill that back in. And then we're going to do this properly this time. So, spider. don't really need to do too much of this. Does this do anything? No. Spider doesn't have a swing animation. Let's reset this and pitch it up a little and a little to the left or right from the spider's perspective, and then carve that. Pretty nice. Legs are a little weird, but oh well. And now, finally, the zombie. Now, I wonder if you can have differently colored wool blocks. Because this zombie has two colors. It has a green shirt and blue pants. So if we have the bottom block be blue and the top one green, I wonder if that will make a difference. What I could do, I suppose, is try some other colors that aren't actually proper zombie colors. See what happens. Because I do have two zombie Vitas. So I guess let's get some of this. Some magenta. Nice and pink/purple. And then we have not that. That's a proper color. We have actual pink. No, not normal seeds. We have brown. Or let's do gray. Oh. Let's put this in here for now. Where there, burst plant seeds. Get some gray going. And then we go out here, find a nice spot, probably by the Enderman over here. And then we're going to do this. And then this. So does that not work? It doesn't let me carve it. Is that because the blocks are not the same? What if we just use white wool? Because or what if we have both blocks be magenta? Let's try that. See if that works. Because all of the blocks that are part of the statue might have to be the same, I'm thinking. Oh, wait. Now, unfortunately, we have... Oh. Can't color already colored wool blocks for some reason, which is kind of annoying. I should be able to... No. Do I have some way of clearing these? Apparently not. Oh well. I guess I'll make a new one quickly. Let's throw that in there. Unfortunately, we have reached the end of this episode, and we are slightly over time, as is fairly common. Got a little too much there, but whatever. There. I want to do this before ending the episode, though. I hope you don't mind. Ow. What was that? Something hurt me. Ah. Hello, actual spider. Goodbye. Those spiders are quiet things. Right, let's try this. I can carve that. So what if I carve that? I get a pink zombie. Right. I don't really want that, so I'm going to get rid of this. And oh, I get the entire thing. Magenta wool. Maybe I'll make it white wool or something. Or maybe wood. A wooden zombie. But yeah, so I will see you in the next episode.